Welcome back, Brian. You were live way early. This had me LOLing, straight up LOLing, bro. Hey, prayers up. Can't find Zachary. No idea. First of all, he was offline. Mind blown. Then can't find him. Won't respond to text messages. Prayers up. So if anyone found Zach, just point him this way and let him know that he scheduled this. And we are here because he called us here. And then he's gone. So 32. What up, Pickle? What up, Adrian?
Hey,
Hey, dude, we don't have an intro music. We don't have like catchy voices or anything. Did you get to listen to Dave's podcast?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I listened to quite a bit of it. Yeah, good stuff. I think this is our world, right? Just NDL, consume outside content, and then filter it through here to our rosters that kick butt. Hey, dude, I hope that trade works out for both of us. My JB team is quite fragile, but I am all into Renee continuing to build because when she keeps competing, she's too hard to beat. So maybe she will keep building and I can have an easier path to lose in the playoffs. Your team's strong. Kyle's strong. You know who has the number one ranked team on the Daddy in JB, Adrian?
Todd?
No.
Tony?
Yes.
Yeah. I figured Tony would be, pretty close.
Dude,
all the
I
years
did not.
He's been building.
You know, I discounted even like looking at his team for the most part. Like he's fun to trade with, but he doesn't trade too much in the off season.
Right.
So not much correspondence with him. But in season he's fun. But I haven't looked at his team in a while, and it is at the top. Yeah. All right, we good? Pickle, you're with
good.
us. We're here yesterday.
I'm with you. We are. Yep.
Very fun. How was dinner?
Dinner was good. I had a brat and a zucchini latke.
I don't know. Is that
a latke,
Armenian thing or Jewish thing?
Yeah, I think
Mediterranean?
it is. I think it. Yeah, in that neck of the woods, it's like a hash brown of sorts. And like usually you might have a potato. I think a traditional latke is with potato.
Latke.
But this
Brian's cultured.
Zucchini.
We have a
little garden, and the tomatoes didn't quite work out this year, but the zucchinis, I mean, it was more zucchini than we know what to do with. So
fun. Yeah, they're always hit and miss. You don't know what the next fruiting is going to give you. You got a bunch of fruit trees and stuff, Adrian?
I got 3. A peach, a plum, and then a kumquat tree.
Kumquat? I don't even know that I've ever had a kumquat.
It's pretty good.
Dude, what you guys know about passion fruit?
You ever had a fresh? I think it's a scent at Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, also is
strong.
That's the extent of my knowledge.
Dude, they are the best, and I have a gang of them. 1 ton of gaggles of them. They're very, very good. We got a bunch of fruit trees and such. It's not the biggest backyard. In fact, it's pretty small.
Hey, but that's why you moved, right?
You
were wanting to.
Yeah.
Cool.
We needed a little more space and a little backyard. Probably not as big as your backyard, Adrian, but
no, my backyard's not big.
No, is it a track home? Is it a development?
No. It's just there's the lots aren't too big. It's pretty much all house and no yard.
Okay. Well,
one of those things.
Yeah,
so they try to fit as many houses on and lose yard. But that's fine. Less to maintain.
We're pretty track homey. This is a pretty track homey development, but we'll get another little something. I'd like a little something like woodsy. Oh, here comes the commissioner. Little woodsy, little like in the sticks, foothills a little bit. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Everything okay?
Yeah, I was playing board games with my boys and lost track of time.
That's a good excuse. That's a great reason.
Well, it's better than I thought. Like, I thought you passed away. No,
Yeah,
I thought
I
you
was
kinda
like,
were
I was like, I hope he's okay. Like, I hope nothing bad happened.
I figured you got like into a family issue, but
I was
board games is best case scenario.
teaching him a new board game.
Well, we're all done with the show, so
Yeah, are you?
yeah. Nope, but we're about to. We were talking about fruit trees and
I got a fruit tree in my
where we live.
backyard.
What kind of fruit tree? Give it to me.
It's either a peach or a plum or something like that. The fruit's not mature enough yet to eat.
Oh,
The squirrels eat all of it, but
you got to get those nets that kind of go over the. That helps. Unless the squirrels are going to get all up in it, but they're not going to get. They're going to get the peripheral fruit. But
I noticed a couple of years
suck.
ago the seeds. I started seeing the actual seeds from the fruit, which is why I don't know exactly what it is.
It's a pit.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, if it's a pit, it's probably a peach or nectarine or a plum.
Yeah.
But okie dokie, I did my number system this time. I also do have DD pulled up as it's pretty neat because it shows a couple different little cool nuances. So, Zachary, did you do your homework?
I did not get the NFC done, but I have the AFC. I'm going to try to sneak in the NFC real fast.
Okie doke. Pickle, would you do us the honors? And, wait, how did you do it? I know Adrian does it a certain way. Adrian, did you do it the same way as yesterday?
Yes. Yeah. Division winners.
I kind of tier it out because I feel like with 16, like the bottom 4 teams are. I mean, there could be a clear, 16th, but like the 13th and the 16th team, it's like, yeah, you guys are kind of in the same predicament.
Sure.
So I'm not.
Okay.
If someone's like, oh, I have them at 13 and I am at 15, it's like it's more or less the same. So I do tiers of 4.
Okay. Very fun. You're going to go next. Adrian, did you like how you did it at the end, or do you have a different approach?
No, I can do it. Yeah, I pretty much got each division broken down 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. And Zachary, did you do 16 to 1? And
I
then
did.
your
I always, just like I always do it.
Okay. Okie dokie. I will go first because it's pretty cut and dry. I have Pittsburgh Pit Stains. I call this CJ's team because Jake defers to CJ, and then CJ tells me no to the trade. So CJ's Pittsburgh Pit Stains got a 6.5. I'm going to give you a spoiler. The first place team got an 18. So 6.5 isn't great. I have a quick question. They were on the clock at 101. Do you have his team pulled up?
I do.
Yes.
Okay. So no quarterbacks. He's got Rashad White. Love it. Nico, Godwin. No one else. No tight ends. None tight ends. And then he's got Marv. So you're on the clock. Do you go Marv here?
You have to go Caleb Williams here, I think.
You got to go Caleb.
They had an opportunity for Burrow and did not want to pay any future picks. And I wasn't asking for the 101. Did not want to pay any future picks. They could have had Burrow and Harrison.
Offer? Do you want to say what you did offer?
That was so long ago. It was last year. I honestly don't remember. I just know I did not include the 101.
They're like, I feel like they took Harrison as a make sure nobody else gets him. I
think they think he's the best player in the draft, which I can't argue with, except for I will say Caleb probably. I don't know. I dug my heels in for Bijan last year as winning the rookie MVP, and I was very wrong. Zachary likes to remind me of that. But Adrian, what would you have done? Does Marv make your team better today, or does a different pick on the rookie draft?
Well, if you're going to compete, yeah, obviously Caleb would be the pick, but
okay,
it would probably be better to move out of that 101 and try to get some.
Amen.
They didn't have
yeah,
anything.
I offered him the 4 and 5. That's crazy. But all right.
I mean, he's 16 league. You could have got a quarterback late.
What's that?
I said you could have got a quarterback late in these leagues because it's only one quarterback.
Yeah. Probably, no later than probably. I'd be surprised if they fell out of the first round. Actually,
they didn't have. Their only other. Sorry, Adrian. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You're good.
I'll say their only other rookie pick is the running back from Denver, so they didn't have picks.
I'd love to hear what CJ has to say, because Pickle and I were just talking. He's a smart manager, but why not turn that pick into many picks? Make it have babies, right? That's Dynasty 101.
Yeah, move a 25 pick to get a quarterback.
Only thing I could think is they love Marvin Harrison and think he's the safest option with elite upside, which, like, again, there's not wrong, but
yeah, the war shows these leagues, the scoring shows, history show. As we're doing it, it shows that you build around quarterback here.
I can only say it so many times every year.
I know. It seems like everyone but Kyle believes it. And maybe CJ. Oh, God. Okay, so I have Pittsburgh. Anyone else have anything different?
Pittsburgh's my bottom.
Far and away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My very first entry was Pittsburgh at 16. then I broke everything else down.
Yeah. It's going to take a bit if their rookie picks don't have babies. Like, I try to sell Marv, in season sometime, personally. But
I don't think they do it.
I don't think so either, not by how they got him. But Adrian, anything different? And then we'll start moving along a little quicker until something pops out at us.
No, they're at 4. They're at 4 with me.
Okay. Pickle, who you got at 15?
That'll be Tim.
Okay.
No dogs. Let's see what I can have.
Just give me one little thing on him.
No quarterback. No.
That'll do it.
Well, Gino.
He does have Gino.
I don't see this team competing.
No.
If you have one Gino, do you really have a quarterback?
You gotta. I know you have to start 7, but this guy's got like 4 guys that I feel pretty confident starting in every week. And then,
hey, Pickle, I'm gonna remind you, just in case you didn't remember, this is the team that knocked Zach out of the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
This team, basically, this exact team.
Which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Everyone, no one thought his team would do what it did, but Njoku.
Yeah, Njoku. That's right. Njoku went off for 1 week. Well, he went off.
He went off for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then when Njoku didn't have that huge game is when he lost.
But his guy, Tim just doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, not great. Who do you got, Adrian? Zach.
New England.
You got New England. Okay.
Really?
I'm not sure how I have 2 people rated worse. I'm going to say,
so too, yeah.
How do you feel about? Can I interest you in your little Cleveland?
Nope.
Adrian, was that one of them?
I would say Houston or Buffalo's worse, just based on what I'm looking at mine.
Yeah, Houston I have ranked much higher than I thought it would. I don't know how it happened, but I have Nate. Nate, I believe, took over this team. Enough said. Nate, build back better, brother. Who else? Pickle?
Yeah, I would put
Number
Cleveland.
15.
Cleveland. Well, I had Tim, and then I would put like Nate. They're all in that bottom tier.
Okay.
Chipping in for last place.
Yeah. He's got some picks. He doesn't have much to build around. He's got Tua. He's got Mixon. You should sell both those puppies. Probably won't sell Tua, but
he's got
Tyreek Hill.
He's probably thinking, I got Tua, Mixon, and Hill. I just need to find 4 other guys to start every week.
Pickle, you want to sell Tyreek. He's got a 1-year contract at a $76 salary.
Who's buying Tyreek?
How much do you sell? What is the cost of that asset right there for you?
It's the 76 salary. Who
it's the 76 salary that nobody
no one can fit him.
No one's going to want to
26 first.
26
first.
Why would Pittsburgh do it? They're not competing.
I think I'd sit on a 26 first. I'd try and go like a 25.
This is a 1 year. Let's try to make the playoffs.
Yeah, you
And
got
hope to sneak into the playoffs and then just blow it all up.
Yeah.
well. I mean, you
I'm
just
not trying to sneak into anything with this. This is not competitive, Zach.
you hold Hill.
You don't do it.
You hope something like
What?
This
mean,
team was one game out of the playoffs last year.
Well, let Pickle. What were you saying?
I'm saying you hold Hill and you hope some studs go down. I mean, inevitably, it's someone like a Christian McCaffrey or a Devontae Adams or an AJ Brown. You know, somebody who's like, oh, they're going to be out for a Justin Jefferson. That's what happened last year. Jamar Chase goes down for 8 weeks, and you're like, I'll sell you Hill right now. I need your first round pick and a guy off your taxi that you took in the second.
Oh, that's you give me
116.
Jefferson or Chase.
No,
and we just do it straight up.
No, nobody's
Pickle.
Jason did. Jason traded Jamar Chase for Jalen Waddle.
That was last year.
And then Jason,
because Waddle went down or Chase went down.
We both did it actually, different years. So that's what I would do. I wouldn't be going into the season trying to compete. There's no way. You've got a couple assets, and you're not selling Tua.
Fall into the playoffs.
No way.
There's no way this team
it was one game out of the playoffs last year.
Nope, not me. I wouldn't. That you could.
It's not the same team.
I see this team. Adrian, you trying to compete?
It is the same team.
No, because didn't he have
it's
Allen?
a different year.
I thought he had Allen too. He had a bunch of old guys.
No, did he trade Allen for Tua and something else when he got in?
Traded.
You can be one game out of the playoffs and not really have a good year. You can get lucky.
Oh my God.
One game out.
I've had to tear my team to the studs just to try to win.
But this guy's got 4 guys that I like every week: Tua, Mixon, Hill, and actually Thielen. But that's it.
Here's a glaring issue: Tua's on a 1-year contract. Tyreek's on a 1-year contract.
Tyreek won't be back.
Those are things that people are sensitive to. This is a rental right here, probably.
Tyreek,
you're not re-signing him you might.
No one can.
You're just doing it for 1 more year.
You hit the I don't know what the technical term is for it, but start the bidding at 38.
On what?
Tyreek.
Oh,
no, he's going free agent.
Yeah.
He can't go RFA.
Agent.
Oh, he's got. Oh, it's
He's had his 3rd extension.
Yeah. So you're.
And if someone wants to tag him, that will be the second tag.
You were talking about transition tag.
There is no transition tag, but for him,
the
franchise tag
for Hill.
Yeah, the franchise tag will cost.
Nobody's going to do that. I mean, unless
$87 next year.
If I were Nate, I would take any first. And we go 25, 26. I don't care. I'm out. I'm getting liquid. I'm out of there. Okay. Who's up next? Zachary?
We're doing 14. I've got Houston.
Houston. Okay.
Enough said on that.
Me and my rebuild.
Yeah.
I have Indy. I have Bill's team. Anytime I can shit on Bill, I really take advantage of it. So I'll just say one little thing.
Driving up to Washington?
First, Bill. Kidding. Okay. But you got a team that needs your attention. It's crying for any kind of affection, and it just needs you to hold it and not miss any picks on the clock, literally again. Okay, Pickle, who do you got at 14?
I would put Houston with your rebuild.
Okie dokie. And then who do you got for 13?
I would start looking at I don't know. It's close. Rizzo, just because I don't know about the QB. There's a lot on that team I really like, but like if Aaron Rodgers isn't that guy, it's just gonna be really hard.
So I've got Denver.
Yeah, I'm all right there too. I have Tim. So we already talked about Tim. You talked about Riz. Give me a little something on Denver, Zachary.
I just have him 4th in the division. So I have him as the best 4th. His team is better than
a lot of teams.
This
whole division.
This division is brutal. And so I have him last in the division, which just puts him in the bottom 4 tier.
Gotcha.
So if I were gonna do a true to like to 16, 1 to 16, he's probably in like the
8 to 12.
10, 11, 12, something like that range.
Cool. Next 11, I have, or no, 12.
12 maybe.
12. I have Rizzo. You said a little something. Pickle, who do you got for 12?
I would bring in Carmen.
That's where I got
Oh.
Indy.
Oh, okay. Indy. Yeah. Okay. Carmen, say a little something about Carmen. He usually
Again,
has a good team.
a little bit of a QB question, a little bit of an RB.
No, he's
Little
got
bit.
Daniels.
Little bit.
He's got Daniels.
Well, assuming Daniels
No,
He's the
meets
starter.
expectations.
Doesn't need to meet expectations that are lofty. All he has to do is perform as like a top 17 to 18 quarterback, and he's going to be dominating the rest of not everyone, right? Because they could have better quarterbacks. I get it, but he's still going to have a performing asset. Doesn't need to light the world on fire.
still think
I
it's.
have Miami winning the division.
I think it's going to be tough.
Oh,
You're going to have to start Hawkinson and Laporta every week.
Hawkinson's
He
out for a while.
loves his tight ends.
Yeah,
He
so-
loves
sorry.
He's the
So-
only one with the. He's the only team with the real full starting lineup.
You take that
in the
back
whole division.
right now. You only have to start one running back.
True
Well, I
that.
know that. But I have you down for
I'm in that
six
division.
six
so every
starters
Saturday.
or 7 starters if you're starting 2 tight ends.
So who's his quarterback? Is he starting Daniels or Deshaun Watson?
Doesn't matter.
I'd
They're
start
both,
Daniels.
they're both going to be not great for at least the first half of the season.
So what is not great to you? What did you say is not good?
15 to 20 points a week.
Oh no, he's going to be way more than that.
I-
I say, mark my words, Daniels will probably be a 30 average quarterback.
That's insane to me. I think you look at
Burrow would help this team, but he doesn't.
you look at the best quarterbacks from last year. I don't know that anybody was averaging 30 plus a week.
Oh yeah, in NDL, trust that. Oh yeah, it's silly.
Go pull up. Go pull up Lamar.
Now, if you're talking
Okay,
about
there was,
like
there was
sleeper leagues,
seven there
Pickle,
was 7 QBs last year that averaged 30 or more.
that's
One
a
of those-
lot.
One of those was Kirk Cousins, and one of those was Joe
Yeah.
Flacco, and they didn't even
Yeah.
play the full season. So there's 5.
I'm telling you, bro. It is not hard to get 30
Jaden
points.
Daniels is a top 5 QB right now to you?
To average, well, you said 7, right? 7 did it.
Well,
2 of them got
Joe-
hurt, so
Joe
their average
Flacco-
is
Joe
skewed
Flacco
by.
played 6 games, and Kirk Cousins played 8.
So I might have overstepped. I'll say 27. Promise. Hey, that's just that's what I'm expecting
Okay,
out
all
of
right.
him. Because I think
He's
he'll
a-
probably
a
get.
top
I'll
10
probably
QB.
get 7 or 8 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. I bet. I'm guessing 6, 7, 8 rushing touchdowns. How many rushing touchdowns do you think he'll get, Brian? And then I think he's going to run for 40 to 60 yards a game. That is a ton. First of all,
Okay, hold on.
I would say
that's
that is a ton.
800.
No.
Average
Stop.
of 800 a year.
If you believe this, truly believe this, how do you not take Williams and Daniels back to back?
You know who
Because
the
I
offensive
didn't-
coordinator is, right?
I didn't want him.
We're just
didn't-
forgetting
I
that he's
didn't-
in Washington.
I've been
You know who
trying
the
to
offensive
trade
coordinator is?
one. Oh wait, where are you talking about?
In this
In
league,
which league?
you took Bowers over
32?
Daniels. You want Bowers,
because-
Williams.
So look, so my team. These are my quarterbacks. I know. I have.
I
You
didn't
draft
see it.
no, you draft
have-
the best player
I have
available,
I have Kate,
and then you.
and I do too.
So Bowers,
and that's what I
Bowers
needed.
is the best player available over Daniels.
I have Kyler, Michael
No,
Penix,
I don't care who you
Bo
have.
Nix, and Caleb. I wanted Bowers. I wanted Bowers on one of my teams.
Here's what
and
I'll say.
I wanted him on this one.
You could have traded for Bowers later with one of these quarterbacks and gotten more.
Maybe. When I could get Bowers?
Unless
right when I got him.
I
right
think
when I
I
got
think
him.
people don't trade.
I think it's
Talking about-
really
And
hard to say any quarterback is going to come in the league and be a top 10 quarterback before we've seen him play. I think that's just tough.
I don't think he'll
27 points a week makes him a top 10 QB. if that's the case,
I don't think
and
think
the way,
you have, let's
and
say
the-
25. Let's say
let's
23.
let's say
I'm keeping it up in
23. I get on 23. That's not going to win. I
sold.
think
you know who
That's not
put Kyler on the map? You know who the offensive coordinator is, right?
same guy that put Kyler on the map.
You know it.
Kingsbury.
Who
think,
last 1 year as a head coach or 2 years
Doesn't
as a head
matter.
coach?
Well, it's because Kyler got hurt.
I'm not saying.
All
I'm
saying
not
is
so.
all I'm saying is
Who
I got
runs?
Carmen ranked a little low because QBs are iffy at best,
Mhm.
and it's going to be really hard. No running back there, and two
Zach,
could be fine.
Zach, I want you to know,
I hate to say
Zach,
it.
there's always a plan. There's always a plan. I get it. I had a ton of picks, and I almost had Daniels. I didn't get to have him one time in these leagues, and I'm bummed about it. But that team deemed it necessary. It's how I want to diversify my risk too. There's only a certain amount of risk that I want to absorb. So that this team needed to absorb some risk at the tight end position because I needed to boom at the tight end position. I have a couple. I don't have much boom in my lineup, but I have Kyler and Caleb. If God forbid I can't move one of them or they start slow, it's just going to stunt my growth even more, and I'm already in the weeds. So number 11, I have Jacksonville. Renee. I'll say a little. What's that?
I was gonna say I've got Cleveland.
You got Cleveland? Okay. Renee's got no tight ends. She's got Jermaine Burton, Dontavian Wicks on taxi, but she got some good wide receivers. She's got a couple good running backs. She's got decent quarterbacks. I will say, it's a fine team, but I got it ranked 11. Pickle.
I got to rank second in the division.
Second in the division. Yep.
Yep. I'm on board with
This
that.
is a weak division, so she's gonna win games just on that fact.
Weak division. Okay. Smart. I gave her a 0 for tight end. It was hard for me to give her anything for Lucas Kroll, Chig Okonkwo, and Colby Parkinson.
Chig's the man.
That's very true.
I didn't know what else to do.
Her tight ends are.
But I'll tell you,
great.
dude. She gets a decent tight end. She's got a 4.5 out of 5 on quarterback.
She had
4
one
for running back, 4 for wide receiver.
She had one.
She went and got
Where is
Kirk. She went and got Kirk in free agency.
She traded Njoku last year. That's how Tim got Njoku.
Oh,
right before the deadline.
But I'm wondering about the $71 Kirk, because I let Kirk go to free agency last year or to RFA.
Yep.
And didn't match. He was at like 66 last year, and I was like, nobody's going to pay more than that because he's coming off his Achilles. He went for 71. I was like, all right, I lost him. Big deal.
Dude, what comp did you put on him?
I didn't put a comp on him because I did the transition tag. So because it was 66, I was like, nobody wants this guy. I couldn't move him during the season for anything.
Dude, Renee is a very, very fun wild card.
For $70. Yeah. I feel like that cap space could have been used differently. That's going to be a tough player to move.
Kind of like when you spent the second to get him.
Yes, yes. 25 seconds. Just gone. Just pissed away.
I know. Funny you didn't mention that part. All right, Zachary, who you got? Oh, you said Browns. Okay.
Cleveland.
We already talked about Nate's Cleveland. Pickle. If I said I have Denver, we already talked. Did we talk about Ryan's Denver? Did you?
We mentioned.
I mentioned them, but we didn't talk about them.
We didn't talk about it. It came up.
Ryan, I saw you in the chat. You got some work to do. Not a ton of work, because I did give you a 13.5. But I would say that
he needs his rookie wide receivers to just step it up.
Hey, 4.5 in the quarterback room, 5 in the running back room. He's just really lacking. If he can get at least like a 3.5 in his tight end room, he'll jump up a couple 3 or 4 spots. But all right. So I had Denver. You have who at 10, Zach?
Miami.
Dang, I got Carmen ranked 6th.
He has no quarterbacks, man. And
Miami
Watson
got.
could be good.
Yeah, he does.
He also doesn't.
He's got Watson and Daniels.
he's got
And Will
average.
Levis.
He has average wide receivers, average running backs,
Again,
below average
average wide
quarterbacks,
receivers.
and just absolute studs at tight end.
He's got below average running backs. I would say.
You
I
guys
mean,
need
Debo's
to
good.
watch
Jones
some Daniels.
and
I understand he
Williams.
hasn't played a snap in the NFL, but jeepers, here's giving no credit to this guy.
I just think
I give him
it's
pretty
hard
good,
to rank
pretty
him
good
too
score.
high, saying this rookie is going to come in and be the difference on his team and change it. If he scores 20 points a week, he's not going to win the division.
He better be all of that. Exactly what you just said.
He's going to have to be top 5 for Miami, this team, to compete. Daniels will have to be a top 5 quarterback for Miami to compete.
He'll be top 5 some weeks, but
I wouldn't be surprised. He might
top 5.
In these leagues, the dual stud tight ends don't win. Just don't win for you.
Yes, they do. They did for Brandon.
Adrian, give it to him.
In NFC.
Who's Brandon's team?
And Arizona, I think. Basket weavers.
He's had a good team, or he won.
No, I know he made it to pretty far, if not one.
I bet he's got a top 5 quarterback.
No, he doesn't.
No.
That's what I'm gonna pull up last year. I thought he was 1 and done in the playoffs if he was in the playoffs.
Well, I got Miami doing pretty well at 6, but
he lost. He lost an AFC title again. He was a 6 seed, so he went on a really nice, lucky run in the playoffs.
He won 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Also, Levis is going to have some weeks. I'm not a believer, but he's going to have some weeks. But we'll see. All right, Pickle, you got who at? Did you say you're 10?
I did not. This is where I would bring in Justin Buffalo.
Okay.
Dak Prescott's great, but I don't think Ramondre Stevenson's the guy there. So I think his running back is. I'm just not in on that. I mean, I'm sure he'll probably finish like RB like 15 or 16, but that's not going to be super duper useful. I'm not loving the wide receiver room.
Not taking 2 seconds.
Adrian Fudge.
So no wide receivers there to speak of. Amon-Ra, obviously, fantastic, amazing, one of the best in the game, but that's it.
Yeah, you preach some gospel, brother, especially that Stevenson trash. Adrian, you should sell him to me probably tonight. 2 seconds sounds about right. He'll probably just be like,
nope.
RB 15 or 16.
Nope.
I just don't think. I know in a 1 running back league, but like if he's getting you 12 points a week, I don't know. That's tough.
He's the main guy there now. He doesn't have to worry about Elliott there anymore.
It doesn't matter.
He did pretty well last year, but he fell off. I think people forgot about him because he missed the last several weeks. I have myself at 9 somehow. Not a good team. Definitely not contending. But the math is the math. Zachy, who do you got at 9?
Vegas.
I had Rizzo at 12. Yeah,
I got him. I have him 3rd in the division. And that's the best of the 3s.
Best of the 3s.
So there's a decent chance he's the 5 or 6 seed.
Well, you're going to see
what division that has
6 teams makes the playoffs, right?
What?
6 teams make the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet 3 of them come from this division.
I mean that didn't happen last year, but it happened the year before. There were was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago? 3 of us were 13-3 that year.
This whole conference to me, there are 3 divisions that are like just I think it's 3 weak divisions and then the AFC West. personally, is kind of how I look at the whole conference.
It just depends on how badly we beat each other up and when
Yes.
we drop a game that we shouldn't drop because we made a bad start.
Zach, while you're talking, give me your 8. Mine is Justin. Buffalo. Justin. Oh, you too.
Yeah.
Fun. I think we already talked about him.
Yeah, just a bit.
And then who do you got at 7, Pickle?
Ask somebody else.
Jacksonville.
Zachary. Jacksonville. Okay, we talked about Renee's. I have Cole, Cincinnati, and no one has said him yet. So you have him ranked higher, unless you have him at 7 also. But Jalen Hurts, he'll start. Jonathan Taylor, Zamir White. He'll start Ridley, Deontay, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews at tight end. No one really warming up in the bullpen. Jalen McMillan, Dulcich. No one else really. So kind of a thinner squad. I didn't give him great marks at tight end. Still gave him a 4, but Conklin I like decently. Anyone who had an elite tight end and no one really behind him, I just gave a 4. I didn't give him any more than that. It takes a decent tight end, a backup, to really score higher for me. But I got Cole at 7, Zach.
I said Jacksonville at 7.
Okay. And then I have Miami Carmen at 6, which is way higher than you guys. Don't forget to document yours, guys, somewhere at least.
I'm saving it in a Word document.
Yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you got at 5? I have a surprise.
At 6, I have Cincinnati.
Oh, you got Cincinnati 6. Okay. Pickle?
Yeah, I would put Cincinnati in there.
Okay.
In that 6-7 range. It's
I'm
a great
interested to
starting
see.
lineup.
Yeah.
But that's
I'm interested to seeing who you guys have at 5. Because now it gets real.
I would probably put yeah.
I've got
5.
LA at 5.
I do too.
So I have him
Ash at
second in the
5.
division.
I actually don't care for his team, which is pretty amazing. I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's still ranked 5th for me. Purdy, Brian Robinson, Kenneth Walker. Then he's got a killer set of wide receivers: A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson, Olave, Devonta Smith. He does have Kelsey. So I just listed a good team.
Very good team.
But I don't have like any feels about it. And maybe a Tajay Spears on at running back, okay. Trey Benson, okay. McCarthy, I like McCarthy a lot. But maybe I'm expecting more out of Ash, and I'm really surprised to see him at 5. Maybe that's it. Because I know it's a good team.
I would have had him
Ferguson behind Kelsey.
I would have had this as a top 3 team.
What'd you say, Adrian?
Means he's second. 5 just means he's second in his division, like Zach said. So I got because I got Zach at 1 in the division.
Yeah, but I didn't even rank him like that. I just ranked him on the point system. But we got there the same. And then who do you have at 4? I'll ask you, Zach.
Just a second. I'm finishing up.
I have Pickle. I have Pickle ranked at 4. He's going to be starting Love. He looks
New York.
good on your
I got
team.
New York at 4 as well.
I'm not going to lie, Pickle. He looks good on your team. Then you're going to start. I mean, it's not a killer death row of running backs, but Jerome Ford and Chuba Hubbard, I think you can start one of them just fine. Then you'll have London, Tank Dell, Waddle. You got Malik Neighbors and X-Worthy, on taxi. You'll probably end up pulling up one of them to compete. And then you got Freiermuth or Goddard. I don't think Robert Tonyan is in the league, buddy, anymore. So
hey, Jason.
Feel free to drop him.
They should drop him.
Jason, are you still sore?
From my trade?
Getting anal rammed for Jordan Love.
Which trade? Oh,
Jordan Love.
That trade. Oh, bro, I swear, I promise, humbly speaking, I think about that trade often.
I still say you made that trade to I'm going to show Zach. I believe in Justin Fields.
No way. Oh my gosh.
This wasn't
These
made-
mean too much to. You
I
also thought that when I traded Amon-Ra straight up for Garrett Wilson, but it was like a 35 difference in.
I
There
still
was-
wouldn't have
there's-
done
there's
that,
a-
but I can get behind that
There's
trade
points.
better than than this
Oh
one.
no, I'm telling you, I believed that he was going to be a starting quarterback. Doesn't need to be great, but he was someone who I believed I wanted to build around at 15 as my backup, or as my second, right? Not even my backup.
You got to go get your guy. When you
I
believe
can tell
in
you
your
right now,
guy,
I'm still
you gotta
sore
go
from
get
my
him.
trade giving you love.
Me?
Yeah, that was the Nick Chubb, JT, Jordan Love.
No, I think I got love from
Me.
No,
I'm
I
pretty
got love-
sure because I had love on my taxi forever.
I think I got him from
Or is that
James.
NFL? Now
No, I had him from. I got him from James. I traded like
Did I
Alvin
give him to
Kamara.
James?
The
Yeah,
one thing,
I think so.
the one thing I would say about this team, obviously I like it. I want to do well. Tank Dell, Drake London, Jalen Waddle.
You're gonna win the division, so
I don't think any of those guys have finished inside the top 10.
So
Jalen Waddle had one great year. Like those are attractive names, but they haven't actually had the production of like elite. And then Neighbors and Worthy, it's kind of like, well, yeah, let's see if they are what we think they are. So that could turn into a very mediocre wide receiver room.
I wouldn't be surprised if Worthy outproduces Neighbors this year. Just wouldn't be surprised.
No,
right? I mean, I want Neighbors, the prospect, drafted before Worthy every time today.
Yeah,
but I do believe that there's a good chance. But hey, if you're looking for Garrett Wilson, I got Garrett Wilson at $15.
we could maybe do a trade. Adrian, I'm kind of curious what you are seeing here that's a red flag for you.
Running back room.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah, the running back room's not optimal, but he's got
what Jason wants. Ford Chubb.
Dude, that's all I need. Start one running back. That's all you need. I don't need more than that. Look at what Ford did. 24,
you still have to
19,
you still have to have
9, 11,
to have
17, 12, 11, 11, 11, 4. You know, those that'll be all right. And then you got
you keep on saying you can only start one running back, but you still have to fill your lineup.
No, you only have to start. Well, he's got plenty of fuckers. He's got Waddle and London and Worthy and Neighbors and Tank Dell. What he doesn't have is a hammer.
I'm looking
right? So I would look at Justin's team. Justin's team is dog shit. See if you can get Amon-Ra. See if you're not going to get Jefferson. Who else? Chase. Who's got Chase? See if you can get Chase.
Yeah, we'll see.
Package up 2 years. You got 2 year wide receivers and a first. You know, just lay your nuts on the table. You should get a hammer, someone. But I like
Ash will be happy to give you Justin Jefferson for your left testicle and your kidney.
Is this draft still going? Like, why hasn't the rookie contract been updated?
I haven't had time.
Okay.
And it actually ended today because I was waiting. That's
crazy. That's crazy that it ended today.
Well, I thought.
Oh my God! It ended today.
I thought Nate wanted those last 3 picks, but then he never responded, and I forgot about it. Literally today, I was like, "Oh shit, I'm still on the clock." So I went in and skip, and then ended it. That's why there weren't any waivers in the AFC today.
Oh,
I had waiver claims in.
Oh, I wondered. That's right.
Okay.
Forgot about that.
Okay.
Who's got?
Right. Let's keep moving here.
Tennessee. Number 3. I got Tennessee. I got Troy.
I got Baltimore.
I would have Baltimore, Tennessee. They're all kind of right there.
Okay. Tennessee. It's a good squad. He's got. Where is he? Trevor Lawrence, Baker, C.J. Stroud. That's currency.
He's got to move
for days.
He's not moving Chase. You asked for Chases. He's not moving Chase.
He's got to move. He's got to move one of those quarterbacks, right?
No, he doesn't have to. I would.
Not really.
But he doesn't have to.
He's got James Cook, Najee.
He needs to get a wide receiver.
He should get a wide receiver. I guess I can hit him up too.
The problem is
He's got
The
all
guys
the
that have the really
here's-
good wide receivers also have quarterbacks.
No, here's a guy.
Mostly.
Here's a guy that can go get Tyreek Hill
Yes, he could get
and
Tyreek
go
Hill.
and be like, you know what? I'm gonna take Tyreek Hill for this year. I'm
Dude,
gonna send you CJ Stroud for Tyreek Hill and something.
He's not trading Stroud.
Well, I'm just
100%. He's
throwing
not
an
trading
idea out there.
Stroud.
I mean,
he's just throwing shit out there.
Trade Trevor Lawrence. I don't care. Get rid of one of those guys.
Lawrence is the guy he'll move.
And like,
Dude, all he has to do,
move
don't even
Lawrence,
give up.
get
Don't even give
Tyreek
up
Hill.
producers. Don't even give up producers until you have to. Throw him your first. Throw him your first, and go just roll around in the fantasy points that Tyreek Hill is going to give you for this 1 year, and just go take the title. That's it. And he's got Bryce Young on.
Yeah, so
Tell Bryce Young for a second. Wait
Bryce
for a good
Young.
game.
Yeah, this is a guy that could go get and maybe should think about getting Tyreek Hill for the 1 year, because that would make this team from really good to really freaking.
Well, I have him as number 1.
Oh, do you? Okay. Well, I have him as 3. You have him as 1. Pickle, you have him as
3, 4.
Oh, you said flip flopped. Okay. And then I have Zachary.
I have myself at 2.
You have yourself at 2? Yep. I have you at 2. Dude, you got a dual threat, which you gave someone shit for having 2 strong quarterbacks like that. So I expect you to be dishing one of those guys out.
I have tried. No one fucking wants Burrow.
Nobody's touching Burrow.
No one wants him.
You sell Mahomes.
I'm not selling Mahomes.
Oh, you emotional little bitch.
All
right.
I did the whole 4th round shit so I could have Mahomes on a
so you can deal him for some
salary.
Currency.
I don't understand it. Nobody in this.
Why would you hold on to him because he's just your quarterback? That's so dumb.
You talk about having share. You talk about having shares of guys. This is my one of 2 shares in 7 leagues or 8 leagues I'm in now.
You still have 1. I could see if it was your last one because I want to diversify.
The other share I have is the team that I want to rebuild on. It's the one.
Build around him.
Build around him. I literally had no picks this year. I have that's NFL league. We've already talked about my team. It's very thin.
We'll see. Hey, we'll see if you do what you need to do. Now, if you end up keeping him on this one, okay, I get it. But Burrow, ETN, Gibbs, good God.
You got rid of your screen.
That's amazing.
I tried to just reshare it here.
Ayuk,
did it come
Lamb, that is hot.
Switching because I kept looking up in my next order. Did it not show up as sharing?
Oh, and you have Drake May? Yeah, I got you ranked at 2. And then I have Braxton at 1. Braxton's. Tell me about Braxton's team, Zachary. Or Adrian, if you want to chime in. You have Adrian where? You have Braxton where?
Yeah, I was going to pick him to win it all. Yeah.
I got him up there. He's the only one who scored an 18. Braxton, Zach and Troy 17.5. But that was a 2-year, maybe a 2.5-year rebuild.
Those running backs are just
got great running backs.
Oh,
Lamar
he can only start 2 of them. Right now, he can start 3 because there's 2 flex.
He can start 3.
4, yeah.
Brees Hall, CMC, and Bijan. Then he's got Adams, Diggs.
That's his starting lineup right there. That's his starting lineup.
And then he's got Trey McBride.
Yeah, his team's pretty good.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's good, dude.
I don't even.
He doesn't have any backup. Well, he's got Xavier Legette. Sweet. He's got Green Bay tight end.
He has to start. No, he only has to start 2 wide receivers. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's solid
team.
It's a very good team.
But it's not deep. This is what you talked about yesterday. Some teams that I talked about were good, but you guys were like, "Oh, there's no depth here." This team has no depth. If he has one injury,
something happens to Lamar, Christian McCaffrey, to Diggs,
Brees Hall, like any of his starters. If one of these starters goes down,
he still has
to be hurting.
Still has a very good team, but
in the same exact breath, you say he stays healthy, he's the team to beat.
Yeah.
Period.
100%.
I had a super team like this, bro. Super shallow years ago. Just never got hurt. I just kept winning.
I've talked about it many times.
None depth.
Many times. The year we used to have the transaction fees and stuff. The year that we had the biggest payout for first place was like 2011. The guy that won that league had 1 quarterback, one
Wait, hold on.
running
Hold on,
back.
Zach.
I was looking at comments and Jake said, "Hey Mitch," 6 minutes ago. So I said,
Oh, I
"Hey."
thought you said, "Hey, Jason." Okay. Hey, keep
He
going, Zach.
literally had one quarterback, one running back, 2 wide receivers, and like Jimmy Graham and probably Gronk or something like that. 2 stud tight ends. The rest of his team was $1 fillers, and he won. I mean, and then he left the league that year. After that year, he knew the rebuild was going to be terrible. But yeah, you could win with absolutely no depth. You just gotta avoid the injuries.
You got to get a little lucky. That's all.
Yeah.
It's tough to do with Brees, Christian McCaffrey, Bijan getting 30
Typically,
touches,
running
30
backs
30
aren't
touches a game.
winning the league. In my leagues,
If
there's still.
if there was a running back room,
But
to do
yes,
it.
if there's a running back room to do it, it's this one right here because CMC
Sexy.
can win a league for you
Yes.
if it does like CMC does, because 390 points is no joke out of a running back.
I mean, that's QB. That's basically starting a second QB every week. A good one.
Well, above average,
Yeah.
because the good one's going to be closer to 500 points.
All right. Zach, for what it's worth, you also have a very good team. I don't feel like we talked about it enough.
Yeah.
Who?
I just gotta.
Zachy's team.
I just have to
He's got a
stop
good team.
getting so damn unlucky in the playoffs.
I think the running back
I'm
duo
okay with how lucky.
of
You get-
ETN Gibbs is somehow I feel like that's underrated. I think that's going to be phenomenal.
I hope so.
And then Ayuk, Kirk, CD Lamb. That's a very good team.
Let me hear Adrian. Adrian, give me your breakdown.
So I had Braxton winning, obviously, the North.
Mm-hmm.
Cincy second, Cleveland third, Pittsburgh fourth, obviously, South. Had Tennessee winning with Jacksonville, Indy, and then Houston. East had Miami winning. The Jets coming in second, and of course, I didn't look at taxis, so everything I looked at was starting. It was everything starting, so I didn't look at taxis.
Okay.
Then New England and Buffalo. West, I had Zach first, LA second, and the wild card, and then Las Vegas and Denver. 2 wild cards. I had Cincy and then LA, and then I thought Braxton would take it off. Boom.
He's got a good team. I think they're all chasing him as well. All right. So NFC 16. I have Casey and his Rams. I feel like, did Casey just take over this team? I can't remember. I feel like he got this team, but it is manure-tastic. So no need to go. He does have Dalton Kincaid. How do you guys feel Dalton Kincaid's going to do this year?
I don't know.
I'm about that.
I feel like people are saying he's a top 5. And I don't know if that's there.
He's right there for in just regular standard rankings.
I want to step back a second and talk about the no depth. I just want to tell you guys this team.
Oh, yeah, please. Yeah,
So this is
good.
2011.
Yep.
So a long time ago. Matthew Stafford, 500 points. This is an NFL league. Maurice Jones-Drew, Calvin Johnson, Hakeem Nicks, Jimmy Graham, Rob Gronkowski. That was his team. And then he had like $1 on Roy Williams, who put up 67 points, Jabbar Gaffney for $1, Danny Ware for $1, Tavarius Jackson and Sean Hill. Those were all of his backups.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I haven't heard of a lot of those guys.
So he had 5 or whatever. He had a stud at every starting spot and the flex spot, and then nobody else. And he won the title that year.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's just what it is. If you just got to get lucky, which
playoffs,
doesn't usually happen.
Making the playoffs is, I'd say,
Renee.
mostly skill. Except, like, you can get really unlucky with a really bad schedule or
Tough division.
Bad injuries. But then the playoffs, there's so much luck that goes into the playoffs because it's one and done.
I had a great team in the league last year and was rolling all year. Tyreek Hill and another one of my core guys take a week off or go out and play at 50% just to kind of be a decoy, and I lose first game of the playoffs. It's just like, well,
Jason
Yeah.
only put up. Jason K only put up 75 points, 77 points or something like that after a first round bye.
Yeah.
In his game last year, that was brutal.
And that's a team that's averaging like well over 100 week in and week out, and it's just like that. That's how it goes sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks for all of us.
Depth is awesome to have, but you don't always get the luxury of it. All right, Casey's Rams. Who do you got, Pickle?
Yeah, Rams.
All right, that was easy. I got Todd, New Orleans at 15, which we don't usually talk about his teams.
What?
Doing well. Yeah.
What?
Surprising.
Yep.
Yeah.
15?
15. That's just, bro, like
Crazy.
kind of far and away.
I don't know.
14 is at 13.
What are you
points.
talking about? How?
Well,
He is tight end.
him.
Listen, he said 14 was at 13.
So he's got
AFC was at 18. So
New Orleans.
his team
I
is
gave him a 3.5 for a quarterback because he's
I
got
haven't won in this division.
Tua, and then no one else. That's I don't like that. Then I gave him a 3 for running back. He's got Kamara, Zach Moss, Jaleel McLaughlin. Okay.
he's got
And
Kamara.
then he's got Adams, he's got DK, he's got Puka, Pittman, Rice. I gave him a 5, but then I gave him a 0 at tight end. He's got no one at tight end. He's got Cade Stover. If he promotes him, he's got Isaiah Likely. That's a 0. That's 11.5. What are you giving him?
I haven't won in the division.
Don't sleep on who?
Ertz.
Ertz. Oh, Ertz. I mean, maybe. He's a few hundred.
Okay, how is Ertz going to be good?
I don't
Jaden
know.
Daniels going to be good. Austin Eckler is going to be good. Terry McLaurin's going to be good. Like,
There's no way he's the 15th team in this league.
No, he is.
I will put money on it.
I'm not going to put money that he's going to finish 15th.
I think he's ranked a little higher than 15, but he's not an elite team.
I haven't won in this division.
He's got 2 gaps. He needs to get a running back, and he needs.
So
to
you said Atlanta. So Atlanta, Jeremy, his team's not good. Carolina sucks. Chad, he sucks. And then Tampa Bay, he's 8th. So we got the 8th, 9th ranked, and then the 13th and the 15th ranked. Well, so he's winning the division. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo.
A playoff team isn't good.
All right.
I'm just saying,
Who
power rankings
Who else?
don't rank like that. They're the strength of the team. That's what we're doing here. Strength of the team. That's why I incorporated the daddy, because it's just showing how much of a contender you are. That's what we're doing.
As we're looking at these NFC teams, the one thing I will say is these teams in general look to be much more balanced.
Spread out. Oh, I'm having such a hard time.
They're all
doing this live
together. The AFC, I feel like there are clear-cut duds, and then there's like 4 teams that's like, I don't know, any 4 of these teams could win the entire thing because they are so good.
I could see it.
The NFC, it's like, I don't know, there's like 8 teams
spread out.
that I feel like
spread out.
They like there's good distribution of players across the board.
I was having a hard time doing the rankings live as we were also talking about the AFC.
It's very.
Who do you have, Pickle, as your 15 then?
Yeah, I would have said probably leaning towards Atlanta.
I've got New York,
and I say Atlanta because that QB
New York.
room,
yeah.
I
have him last in the division
with my
6th.
with my stance on like not ranking somebody based on QB, based on rookie performance. I just can't put Atlanta super high. I know he's got Caleb Williams on taxi. He has to promote him right now to have a chance.
Yeah, okay.
But his wide receiver room is lacking.
His
Sure.
So that's
running
not
back
good.
room isn't great.
I think
Wait,
Najee, I
his
think Najee,
running back room, I gave a
Saquon
4.
and
Wait,
Najee.
Saquon,
and
Najee?
New York. No, I'm talking about New York.
Oh, I was talking
Oh,
about
we're
Atlanta.
talking about
Sorry, because I was sorry, my bad. I was still on the
New
New
York?
York
New
mindset.
York?
Yeah, New York running back room, dog.
I have
Oh.
New York at 15.
Dog.
Singletary, White. I don't know.
But
Rough.
like
Got something.
I
like
don't think,
you say
I don't
Zamir
think-
White. I
don't
do
think
like
New
him.
York is
I gave him a 2.
And Singletary. Singletary looked good.
Singletary, stop. Adrian? Swear
He
to
did.
God.
Did you watch him?
Cape,
Did you watch him?
are you talking about in
Did
preseason?
you watch him?
I don't mind. I don't mind Singletary, but when we're touting, when we're even saying the name Singletary, when we're talking power rankings and going over a roster, something's wrong. Something has gone wrong. All right, 14. Pickle, who you got?
Ask Adrian.
I have Minnesota.
Two.
Who do you? So you got Minnesota. Minnesota.
This is very
Okay.
hard to rank.
These are a cluster. There's a lot of.
They are
This
all
division
the
right
same
here is the
team.
hardest division in the NFC.
Yeah.
They're all the same team.
No, that's why this division is the
They
hardest
all have an
division.
elite QB. They've got at least one, if not two, pretty good looking running backs, a handful of wide receivers that are like, I love those guys. And they all have a tight end that it's like,
Yeah.
I would love to start that tight end every week if I could.
This is the toughest division in the league.
I mean, all 4 of these teams
I
are just phenomenal.
expect likely that 3 of these teams are in the playoffs.
Look at the running back rooms. ETN and Jacobs, Hall and Robinson, Mostert, Monty Jones. That's a little iffy. But then Derrick Henry and Brian Robinson or Tony Pollard, Jake. I mean, like, I don't know. I just feel like those are all like, yeah, those are not terrible in a one running back league.
Mm-hmm.
The tight
I'm
end,
with you.
the tight ends, you've got 7 of the top 10 tight ends in this division. Well, maybe not 7, 4 to 6.
And I've got Minnesota last in this division, which is why I have them down so low.
Yeah, I didn't do it like that, but I can see it. I have Arizona, Brandon at 14. I mean, it's rough, dude. Nothing. He's got no quarterback unless he promotes Bo Nix, but I don't think he's going to be doing anything. I don't think. But he's got Kelsey and Laporta.
He doesn't really have any running backs.
Do you think Fields becomes the established starter, or do you think that just turns into a one guy starting 1 week and one guy starting the next week?
I think it's Russ's job to lose.
So you think he's just going to start?
Yeah.
What's it going to take for Fields to get that starting job?
An injury.
It's going to take Russ just not performing.
No, you know what it'll take? If he loses the locker room, it's gone. An injury.
How much? I mean, Russ has got to be better than Kenny Pickett, right?
Russell.
Is he?
Yeah.
What was the stat line the other night?
Fantasy wise, yes. Fantasy wise, but winning
NFL wise,
yeah.
No, he was very bad.
Better, but
watch enough Steelers games. I didn't either, but I've heard a lot of stats, and it was really, really, really bad.
That line is also really bad. That offensive
line didn't help, but his throwing is also really bad. His completion percentage is really bad.
So this guy
depth of target was really bad.
Quarterback.
No, it'll be Russ's job to lose.
Okay, all right.
Chad in Carolina. It's all clustered at 13. Who do you got, Pickle?
Yeah, right there with you.
I got Atlanta at 13.
How are you feeling?
Guess whose friend that is?
Adrian. What?
Guess whose friend that is?
Guess whose friend Chad is? Yours?
Yeah. Bill.
Oh, it's Bill? Great.
Yeah.
We'll have Bill invite
someone. We'll never see Chad either. Yeah.
We'll
never see Chad either.
We'll never see Chad either.
Maybe they think this is a zero chat league. Isn't this like one of the biggest draws to fantasy football?
What you got to get
I wouldn't do this if it wasn't for the community.
You got to get into a league like this. You got to make a horrible trade right away, and you'll have 8 new friends immediately. in your DMs being like, "Hey, you're really stupid. Talk
Let
to
me
me
hold your hand.
and let me help you out because you just
I remember.
screwed us all." That's what
I
you got to
remember
do.
you were like, "Don't treat me like I'm an idiot," and I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm
But
just
you are.
I'm trying to cover. No, well, kinda, but I could see how it sucks at first, and I made some really bad trades. Some of those trades were as soon as they accepted, like 3 seconds after you sent it, you knew
like-
something went wrong.
You're like, "Oh, wait a minute."
And then everyone blows up the chat saying what an
that's how you get
idiot you
the
are.
community going. I got to throw a couple of bad trades out every year just to get people talking about
Well,
something.
Okay,
I do
let's-
that for you guys.
let's
not
make
for
a
me.
bad trade in 32, please.
Let's get a few weeks into the season. We'll see.
Well, we'll see. I'm sure. Hey, I'd be down to trade you if you're interested in Garrett Wilson. I could send
We'll
you
talk.
an
Believe
offer.
him.
Think about it.
Don't
We'll
believe
talk.
him. Don't believe him. Don't believe him.
Hey,
He
you
wants
saw
He wants at least 2 firsts for Garrett Wilson.
Probably wants Neighbors, Worthy,
At
and
least
and
2
Tim's
firsts.
25 first.
I keep
that's all
on
you're
hearing
going to
him
offer,
say
Pickle?
he needs to make a trade, but I don't see it never happening.
Hey, you DM me if you're interested. Hey, you have no problem telling me to get the hell out of here.
No,
You've told
no
me a
problem.
bunch of times. No, you hit me with some logic the other day, and I thought, fuck, I can't do anything to this.
You were
This
taken aback. You're like, "Oh
this is
no,
pure.
I
this
never
was-
should
it-
have tried to help this guy."
Made sense. It made sense. I got Dallas, John Cilio. I don't know who that is. I'd love to meet you, John.
At what
If you
spot?
ever want to pop in my
Yeah,
DMs,
like 13,
I have Dallas at 12.
12. Yeah,
I got Arizona at 12.
we talked about
Okay.
Arizona, Dallas.
We did.
I'd agree. Nothing super inspiring here. Definitely need some help in the wide receiver department.
What are you seeing out of Dallas, Adrian?
I'm seeing stars right now. So
Hell yeah.
not
Seeing stars. I get it because Dallas.
because I'm tired.
I've got
Okay.
Dallas
Yeah.
second in the division.
Give
Adrian.
me your thoughts, Adrian, and then bid us adieu, my friend. We'll talk
Yeah,
to you
I
in
appreciate
chat
that.
tomorrow.
So I got the NFC North. I have Detroit number 1.
JK.
South, yeah, JK. South, I have Tampa Bay taking the first spot,
Okay.
and then New
Weak
Orleans second.
division.
Yeah, East, I have Washington, and then the Giants,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have the West. We have Seattle and Roy number 1. I have David Reed number 2 as a wild card, and I have myself taking the other wild card. Hopefully,
You got a great team.
that's it. I gotta get
Right on, man.
Adrian, I have you in the wild card spot.
Appreciate it, man. Huh? Yeah,
I
man.
have you in the wild card spot.
Oh, sweet.
I
Yeah,
have
I
a
had you.
feeling
Had you in
we'll
the
be
wild card spot,
talking in Discord in about 10 hours.
Me?
One can only
Yep.
hope.
You.
Bet you we'll be chatting soon, my friend. Enjoy your evening, man.
Later.
Later, brother.
Take it easy.
Bruce.
All right. I have Earl, Big Earl.
What number are we
Earl,
on now?
Philadelphia.
Like
We're
10,
at
11.
11.
11? I've got Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Let's look at
Where's Green Bay?
here. Sith Pack.
Oh, Sif Pack. Is that who that was?
Oh, he's
God
got
dang,
Jordan
I was like,
Love.
who is
I
that?
love it when the team has their quarterback.
Okay, my list is wrong.
Wait, you have him at 11?
He's third in the division, so yes.
I have him at 4th.
I have him third in the division. Remember how I do my rankings.
You're dumb.
Third in the division.
Yes.
Well, oh no, this is the division that's like
This is the
any one of these guys could win this division.
I have this
Is
as the
this-
toughest division.
except Minnesota.
Is this how power rankings go?
This is how I've always done it. I did it last year this way. I did it this year this way.
answer
Well, I want to let
the
you
answer
know
to your question
I wasn't
is-
paying attention.
is no. That's not how
Okay.
power rankings go.
This is
but it is
exactly.
how
Jason
But it's
K
fun.
kept
has
bitching
done
at me
his-
all last year for not doing power rankings like a true power ranking.
Did he? I missed it.
Oh yeah, but I don't have Philly on my list, so I've got a team on here twice somewhere. Well, I was trying to
let
do
me-
this live, so
Just do what I do. I just agree with whatever Jay's saying. I'm like, yeah, that's about where I've got him too.
Josh Allen, Devon Achane, Rashad White. That's a great start. But then it's Godwin and Hunter Renfrow and J-Mo. Oh, and then Dawson Knox and Cole Kmet. So I don't think he's not ranked high for me. Did you have anyone else besides Philadelphia Pickle?
I found my mistake.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like that ranking. I'm not sure what to do about Chris Godwin.
None of us do, man.
This guy 20. He's 28. He's got like 3.
He should be. I mean, pretty prime.
Look at these. These are not bad career numbers. They're not lighting the world on fire. This guy.
It would have been nice if he's gotten plagued with a couple injuries that really derailed a
little bit. I mean,
last year
83.
he was playing most of the year, but he just didn't record many. I mean, but
20 less catches than the year before. No touchdowns.
But look at this: week 14 to 18, 10, 25, 13.9 points, 17 and 11. I mean, he did. I don't know where he finished for the year, but this looks like wide receiver 20.
15? Yeah.
Yeah, numbers.
It's
not bad. He just is quiet. But Mike Evans.
Yeah, it just seems like Chris Godwin.
He did so well, so maybe
you should want.
It's like the Tyler Lockett.
But nobody. Yeah, I mean, is he turning into the Tyler Lockett of 3 years ago, where it's like nobody really wants him, but nobody really wants to give him away? He's going to go for Lockett middle of the season.
When Lockett's quiet season happened, it was like wide receiver 6. And you're like, what?
Yeah, you're like, hang on, what?
It was wide receiver 6? Like, if I pulled up Sleeper, here, go on to your next one, and I'll tell you, we're talking just about a player now, but Godwin is someone that we all really, really wanted on our team. And then he just kind of, maybe
Godwin
he had
wide receiver 31.
Mike Evans problem. Oh, he was 31?
Yes, because you guys are counting an extra week on his score.
Oh, yeah.
He only had 197 points, which is wide receiver 31.
Which is crazy.
Godwin,
209 at 209 with just giving him the 209, giving him the extra week, that puts him at 22 in this league.
It just feels like he's better than that, but then if you start him every week, you're like,
That's a decent flex, though.
It's a good flex.
It's a decent flex, but this is
we start 2, so that is a starting wide receiver in this league.
Yeah, no, it's not a good situation to be in.
Listen, he's a bad flex. I want you to know why. This is a 16 by 7. Okay, this is the equivalent, which we're mostly familiar with, of a 12 by 9. 12 by 9, 12-team league, 9 starters. You need studs.
You need studs, but he is just by positional rank. There are only 32 starting wide receivers, and he is in that 32 starting wide receivers because you have to start 2 wide receivers.
Yeah, so you also have to make a decision every week if it's Godwin or this guy. You're not always going to get it right. So because he's there, look at his ranking. Ranked 29th.
But it's really hard to get multiple studs at the wide receiver position in a 16-team league.
If you've got
it doesn't matter of how hard it is or what. I'm just letting you know, if someone gets there, you've got to focus on studs, not depth. Now SF3 or start 10, better. You go for depth more. Start not all of our 16-team leagues, and JB and SF2 is the equivalent of, or it is 12 by 9. You've got to have 3 studs on your team between your positions, I'd say, at least. So Godwin, a good flex, not to me. If I have Godwin, I'm
starter.
So
yeah,
I'm not going to be happy.
You're talking about Godwin. In response to my question, Zach's talking about Godwin with respect to this team. He has to be a starter on this team, not a good space.
And that's fine. That's beside the point. This team, it's just he's a good flex. This is why I was born. How I was born. You don't want to flex him in this league. Now you'll be pumped if he's your last option and bye week filler. But I'm not super confident going in with him as my wide receiver 2 or my flex. I'm not trying to flex him. I'm not bummed about it, but I'm not happy about it. But Lockett, just for example, he wishes he was Lockett. Lockett's
He was the 83rd.
2018 to 2022 ranked 15, 14, 9, 12, 13. That's amazing.
Nobody wanted him.
And no one wanted him.
For those 5 years. There was like, he's injury prone. He's too old. He's just a 1-year rental. He's not really. He's
Godwin
week.
was 83rd overall. 83rd overall in the league.
I understand. I'm letting you know for my team, if he's a flex, I'm fine with it. I'm not happy with it. I'm hoping I can flex someone else.
So you're happy. You're only happy if you have a stud at all your flex positions too.
That's when I'm happy. Yeah.
If
I
think not everyone can do that. You have to be realistic.
Not
in
everyone can. No, not really, brother. You know what you do? You keep building. You don't go all in. You can compete. I'm not telling you to dismantle it, rebuild, but I'm not super confident or going all in, spending my first if I'm counting on Godwin. That's not how I build my teams. That's not how I'm going to compete. I'm not happy with it. So
if he's
I'll take off, gather some picks, keep mine, and deploy them, even if it takes me 2 years. Say it again.
If he's my 4th wide receiver, I am psyched. If he's my 3rd,
4th wide receiver, I'm okay.
If he's my 3rd, if I only have 2 guys better than him, I'm kind of like, I need to go get someone. But if he's my 4th, I'm feeling great.
Yeah, that's your second flex, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Depending on your running back room, you might not.
So we start one running.
Your 4th.
Start a quarterback, start a right, 2, 4. So it's 2 flex, right? 1, 2, 3.
2 flex.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 2 flex. I'm hoping I have better than. I would like to start Zamir White over him. Tell you that right now. All right. I have Philly at 11, Minnesota. I have at 10. You guys already talked about that. So who do you got at 10? Washington at 10. I got John Lake at 5. Tell me something about Washington.
I've got him, 3rd in the. What is it? Is it 3rd in the division? Yeah, 3rd in the division.
I like a lot of what he's got going on. He should try and get another receiver because, I mean, he should find Kyle and trade him Khalil Shakir for a lot.
Jefferson Waddle. That's a
1-2
1-2 punch.
But
then he's got McBride, and then he's starting Mixon Stevenson. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he needs one more. Yeah. You're right. He needs a guy. Needs a guy.
He just doesn't even have a full starting lineup. It's gonna be Tajay Spears or Ezekiel Elliott. He's starting every week.
Yeah, I might have given him too high of a ranking, but that's what it came out to.
But somebody like Jared Goff or Justin Jefferson can score. Those 2 guys could score 3 to 4 points worth of points. So
you're right,
but no depth. It really needs one more player.
I have Atlanta, Jeremy at 9. You guys?
Tampa Bay.
I had Atlanta a little lower just because Caleb Williams is his only quarterback. So as long as, and that's just we've had that. Well, is he going to be full go 100% ready to rock and roll week 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Well, are they all 100? I mean, he's starting.
I think was it Kyle that said he tore the Achilles knot on his plant foot or something. So he's a little like he'll be back better sooner.
With them having drafting Penix at 8 overall, and him being, if you're drafting him 8 overall, you're hoping he's able to start. Then I would say if they're starting Cousins and they think he's giving them the best shot to win. That's what I'm guessing. They have a team that's going to compete in the South.
They do.
They need them. I have Jeremy at 9, Tampa Bay at 8. You
I've
said
got
you had
Carolina
Tampa.
at 8.
Okay. Yeah, and I
So
have
ours is
Carolina
just
way
flip
lower.
flop there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seattle at 7. Roy, let's see what you got, brother. You've got Trevor
Seattle at
Lawrence.
7.
I know. Seems a little high. So Lawrence, no one behind him. So I only did give him a
Had to give him a
Seattle
4.
3.5.
Okay.
3.5 at quarterback. But Hubbard, CMC, Swift, Christian Kirk, Ridley, Amon-Ra, Njoku.
He's got. I mean, that's 7.
Else?
1, 3, 3, 1, but nobody else.
And so David Njoku and Kate Otten. So I gave him two starting tight ends. That I gave a 4, right? Njoku I like a lot, and Kate Otten I kind of have a big fat crush on. I gave him a 4.5 in the running back room. CMC and Swift. That's pretty great.
C could give you a 5 on his own.
I don't know. It's probably a little more fragile than I'm giving it credit for.
I think that's what we just see in the NFC is because there's such good distribution of players. You see a lot of teams with 7 guys, and it's like I love all 7 of those guys. Your 8th guy is like, who's that?
Oh,
I have
16's tough.
You're gonna have to start that guy. But in the AFC, you see a few teams that's like, well, they've got 9 guys I love. But you see teams with like there's 3 people that can start on that roster. So I think just in the NFC in general, there's a lot of like, wow, 7 really good players, 8 maybe on the best teams. But
did you have Seattle at 7?
Yeah, more or less.
Oh, or do you? Okay.
I have Dallas at 7.
You have Dallas. Okay, I had him at 12. Yeah, we have some pretty big differences.
There's some.
We already talked about Dallas. I have Tony's New York Giants at 6.
I have
Who do you have at 6? San Francisco. Whoa, you have San Francisco? Wow, we have some really big discrepancies.
I have him as that's Dave. I have Dave as 2nd in the division.
But that's again, I say that's because all these teams are very similar. Where it's like your 6th ranked and your 12th ranked team. There's probably not a lot of differences in this conference between those 2 teams. Like on your
you're
on
right.
your point total, it's probably like 14.5 to 15.5.
Yeah, actually, 14.5 to 16 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams.
Like those are all the same team.
Teary.
Like it's very
okay.
solid teams with lots to love.
Yeah, Tony's got a good team. Kyler, well, no, but no real running back. Zamir White. Okay, let's say he's just got Zamir White. Then he's got Chase, Flowers, Marv, and then Mark Andrews. So how many? So he'll start.
Ooh, I missed the Marv.
3.
When I was doing this quickly, I missed Marv. Overlooked Marv. I would not have him at 15.
I mean, he could start. I mean, he's still probably going to start Austin Eckler. I know Austin Eckler's old, but like new QB. I know he's a running QB, but like there will be a lot of checkdowns. There will be some.
Does he have Eckler?
Like, this is blowing up. Yeah.
I could see. Hey, he'll probably start him each week, right? I mean,
I would think Eckler and Zamir White are your 1, 2, or maybe Eckler and Singletary.
How many touches do you think Eckler's going to get, though?
Probably
9, 10?
I would say 10 to 15 a game.
10? I mean, he's the 3rd down back again. Yeah. So Brian Robinson is for sure the starting running back. But
and Eckler, I think, was not 100% at the end of last year. He's still like
no, he wasn't.
He
did pretty bad last year. It was a rough
letdown.
I say you'll see Eckler more than just 3rd downs.
No, but I'd say he's more of the 3rd down.
Hell yes, for sure. He's because you're gonna have Brian out there most of the time. But he's gonna be out there in a lot of the pass catching situations.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I think Eckler he definitely had a down year, but I think 2022 was just so good. 21 and 22 was like, holy, this guy is
right.
Look at all those. I mean,
But
200
his
rushing
down year was
attempts, and
still
then-
better than his previous years that everyone was happy about.
Yeah, this is crazy. 300 touches.
It'll be interesting to see what he's got left in the tank, because this is it probably for him. He could
29.
find another team next year, but
Yeah,
I mean, it was rough. He's on a mission. He's got a chip, but
this to me is like, I might be way off here, but like it's like Alvin Kamara. He's old, but he's going to get touches. Alvin Kamara is going to get a lot more receptions. He's not going to be like not going to get 200 rushing attempts.
So
is with Kamara is he was used so differently, right? He was used how Austin Eckler was used in the beginning, right? He doesn't go between the tackles nearly as much as Eckler ended up doing the last couple of years.
We have to remember, before Eckler really blew up, Melvin Gordon, was it Melvin Gordon?
It was Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon was there. He was
the guy.
Austin Eckler is going back to the role that he had when everyone liked him. They didn't love him as a top stud, but they liked him. He was a great guy to put in on the as a flex or on the bye weeks, because he gets all those receptions.
Yeah, he's a nice guy to have. Not sure anyone.
He can only hope and
yeah.
pray to be that.
I think if he
2018.
No, he's not going to be that guy.
No. Or 20, well, that's 2019.
2018, yes, sorry. Yeah,
I mean, 2018, he got 500 rushing yards and 400 receiving yards. I think he's just praying for that.
I think that's fine.
I mean, that would be amazing.
I think that's
right. 39 receptions, 404 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns receiving, 101 attempts, 554 yards rushing, 3 rushing touchdowns. That'd be awesome.
I feel like that's.
I don't think it happens.
Oh, yeah. I think that's pretty safe. I think that's his floor for the year, 500 and 400.
That would be amazing.
That would be
an amazing. That would be the feeling of last year. You just having a gem. I think most people that have Austin Eckler on their team, they're saying, should I drop him? $37. Can I keep him?
Oh, and in this league,
luckily these leagues, have some different type
because of his salaries.
I had Washington, John Lake at 5. We talked about him. You guys talked about. I have Joe at 4. Who do you have?
I have Chicago at 5.
Oh, you didn't Chicago. Okay, Adrian
at 5, second in the division, best of the twos, wild card spot.
Oh, love this. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Good team. I like him. I have him at 3. I have Joe at 4. So Sif.
All right, I got
don't know why.
Philly at 4. But again, I messed up this ranking, so I'm not sure if that's right. If I'd actually sit down and do this.
Joe's got a decent team. Jordan Love, Will Levis, but Jordan Love, Trey Benson, Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, Raheem Mostert, Jalen Warren, Judy, Terry, Reed. Lacking there, but I think what he's missing there, some of it is made up in the running back room. Then he's got Dallas Goedert to start, Luke Musgrave on the bench, and then TJ when he comes back. Nothing much on the taxi, but this is the type of roster that I've seen so many times, and they just keep winning. They keep winning because they can weather some injuries and bye weeks pretty well by being pretty deep in a 16-team league, and they just keep eking out victories.
Do you think he moves Dobbs? He's got.
I don't see how he can afford
Dobbs
and
Jaden Reed. Not sure.
He'd have to get someone to give him something, but right now he's only got 5. I mean, do you even count Khalif Raymond? He's got 4. I mean, he's got some bad wide receivers, and he's only really got 4 of them. Reed, Terry, Judy, and Dobbs. Does he even have Dobbs? Is nothing.
Remember, I had him ranked at 11.
I think there's a lot of good things here.
There is. Raheem Mostert and David Montgomery. Those are some weak winning guys. Then he's got Aaron Jones that plays for a good team.
Okay, so let's talk about Terry McLaurin, because he's right in the same boat as.
Oh yeah, he's dog.
Godwin.
Yeah, he's Godwin 2.0. I mean, it's the same thing where it's like you love that you want to love this guy, but he's not really giving you tons to look at. Wide receiver 24. Like, feels like he
This
should
is the
be
type of guy
feels
where
like he should be wide receiver 15, and he just isn't.
him and Godwin are the type of guy you don't want to start him. When you do start him, you think, oh, you got Terry McLaurin there.
Yeah,
I got Godwin there.
All right,
That's
okay.
$6.
But
$6, Terry McLaurin, pretty good. The wide receiver 1 on a team. I mean, but you're right. You're not thrilled with starting these guys week to week. You're hoping this is a backup plan.
And we're all hyping up and loving Jaden Reed, but he's barely better than Chris Godwin.
So we are very excited about Jaden Reed because of the potential of this.
We saw him utilized last year.
Multi-used asset. This guy is exciting.
I get, but what I'm saying is, what we see is we're hoping to see improvements. But if he doesn't improve,
I don't even need improvements. I need improvements for him to be.
But you have him break so high, and he has 3 Chris Godwins on his team, 3 or worse Chris Godwins as his starting wide receivers. And you said you hated it as a flex. So how can you have him rank so high?
And nope, I gave him a 3 in the wide receiver room because I gave him he's just solid. He's got a 4
QB, tight end, and running back that are just really solid.
He's got a 4.5 in the running back room. He got a 4.5. He's got Dallas Goedert, TJ Hawkinson, Luke Musgrave. That's great.
But he's starting 2 flex guys you won't even start as don't want to start as a flex as his wide receivers.
I'm going in each week right now with Jalen Warren out, and I have Aaron Jones. I'm starting David Montgomery, Mostert, and then I'm probably going to be lacking. But I already said what this wide receiver room doesn't have. I'm hoping. Hawkinson, that's what I said.
When's Hawkinson going to be back?
Not now, not soon.
Okay, so he has no tight end until the season's half over.
I like Dallas Goedert a whole lot.
Dallas Goedert's not amazing, but he could get it done.
He's not. He wasn't amazing last year either, and he did just fine. Let's see where he was.
He was probably
he played the full suite of games, but I remember Pickle and I did a trade, and some weeks I'd be like, "Oh God!"
No, he did.
And some weeks I'd say, "Oh, he did well." It was a roller coaster. It was kind of like, tight end 14 with
he had a good first. Well, no, he
missed a ton of games. He missed 3 games.
Yeah, and that was very, very typical of the tight ends last year. If you really look,
and that's exactly what you're signing up for. If I'm starting Goddard every week, I'm perfectly happy.
I'll step back. I'll walk it back on that comment.
So I think that this team, I'm telling you, I just see flashbacks of teams I've played in the past. I'm like, this motherfucker beat me again. I'm almost positive I'm going to win this week. And these running backs stayed healthy. They had 18 to 24 touches each. And
you have them higher than Chicago?
I have Chicago at 3.
Okay, so again, this is by far the toughest division.
Yeah.
Because you got to have.
I like Adrian's team a lot.
Okay. I thought you said Chicago earlier. I couldn't figure out how you were putting Green Bay over Chicago. So let's go
Green
to
Bay.
3
Oh,
then.
Seth. Yeah, I have Adrian at 3. He's rolling out. He's rolling out quarterbacks. I love Lamar, and Geno's an amazing QB too. And he's got Etienne and Jacobs. That's outstanding. Higgins, Olave, X-Worthy, Josh Downs, nothing. But the wide receiver room, bet I didn't give him a great wide receiver room. Chicago, I gave 3.5. And then Bowers, I'm projecting him to be, middle of the pack, tight end in Dynasty, tight end 8, something like that. And I'd say that's pretty conservative, given his pedigree, but I'm not getting over my skis. I did only give him 3.5 in the tight end room because he doesn't have anyone behind him, and that's a bad score for the type of projected tight end he should be. So
I think Noah Fant is going to be a pleasant surprise this year. I don't think he's gonna.
People
go
love
out.
drafting him in best ball too.
I don't think he's gonna. He's not gonna be like a tight. He's not gonna be like a top guy. But I think he'll be significantly.
You're
better
not pissed.
than last year.
He's not hit. You know, he's not.
He's a good backup tight end.
You know,
Really,
he's in the
really
Musgrave
good.
world.
Yeah. Kind of happy
But
to have him because he's probably cheap.
and I'm really excited about Worthy. I was excited when no one was pumped, but I was.
Mitch, who do you have at 3?
I don't
Probably
know.
same, huh?
I have Detroit.
I
Yeah.
had Detroit at 1 personally.
I've got Seattle at 1 and New Orleans at 2.
Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. No chance for me. He's way down there. I have JK, Detroit. Let me show you this team.
We looked at
Purdy
Seattle.
and CJ Stroud.
We looked at
Sweet
Seattle
Jesus.
earlier and
Yep.
basically said phenomenal starting lineup, then nothing.
I'm
Phenomenal.
not
phenomenal
jazzed. I
starting
expect more out of Roy.
That's
Let
your
me show you
Super
Jason's
Bowl
You had New
champion,
Orleans
right?
at
No.
1.
Was he? Did he win or did he
I think
run
you
it
got
up?
GA and JB. Oh,
He was in the Super Bowl. I don't remember.
Somebody had New Orleans ranked really, really low. Was that you,
mm-hmm,
Jay?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Definitely, he needs to get a tight end, but I really like that team.
Yeah, Roy won the Super Bowl last year.
Jason has Brock Purdy and CJ Stroud. He's got Brees Hall and Bijan. He's got Tank Dell, Tyreek, DJ Moore, and then he's got Pitts. No one in taxi or on it. That's a great team.
Very
I wish
good
I had
team.
a team like Brees Hall and
Very-
Bijan.
Very good
That
team.
is so sexy. That's going to be tough to beat. Then I got Dave. Dave, I had him and Jason tied at 17.5. I gave the nod to Dave for some reason. I don't know. More well-rounded, more solid. I don't know why. But I have them both at 17.5. That's going to be a fun shootout. San Francisco, did we talk about San Francisco?
I think they might have got lost
Yeah.
in the jumble.
Well,
No, we didn't.
I don't think we actually did talk about it. I mentioned them at 6, but I don't think we actually broke down his.
Oh, I did it because of the quarterbacks. I like CJ Stroud and Purdy. I'll give the nod to Joe Burrow and Anthony Richardson.
Cook,
Anthony
Pacheco, 4.
Richardson,
That's a
right.
pretty decent running back room. CD Lamb,
AJ Brown
AJ
Brown,
Yeah.
drops off pretty hard
And
there.
Kittle.
Okay, I know.
It does drop off pretty hard there. You're right.
I have him
Um,
behind.
no,
I
but
have him
you have
behind
to give-
Seattle.
I know. Last year I made a
See,
comment.
you guys don't know much about Brian Thomas Jr. You're gonna like that player. He could
No.
bust. I get it. Wow,
No.
wow.
Again, I
Well,
forgot
Brian
about
Thomas
him.
Jr. He's an alpha receiver. So I took Brian Thomas Jr. into account big
I
time.
know, I
like
made
him.
a-
I like him a lot.
Comment last year about George Kittle being washed, but I think this guy's got like 4 more years of being a top 5.
Shut up.
I just gotta get that out there before the season starts.
Now he's gonna freaking
I've
tank.
got George Kittle in like
Brian said he broke his forearm. Oh no, who?
Tank Dell? Oh, Brian Thomas.
What?
I'm hoping it's not Tyreek because he had a cast on or he had some type of something.
It's got to be Brian Thomas.
He broke his
I don't see
forearm.
any news on Brian Thomas.
Brian. Oh, Goddard.
Oh yeah, last year. Yeah, that's why he.
Oh
was
yeah. That's why he missed all those games.
Yeah.
I forgot about those missed games, which
You know what? I don't even remember him breaking his
Yeah.
his
He,
forearm.
yeah.
He broke it?
I
I
remember
don't think
it
I
now.
knew that.
I
Yeah.
remember
I don't
that
think I knew he
now.
broke it.
Yeah.
He missed like 6 weeks in the middle of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I remember he was out some games, but I didn't remember it was a break. All right. We did it, dude. Now we're 38 minutes. Studs. Oh, he said when you were talking about. Oh, yeah. Yep, you're right. Brian, thanks for partying with us. I believe the other person is Renee. Renee, loving you. Enjoy your evening. Anything else, guys?
I will
Sweet,
not be
dude.
here for Thursday.
We're not doing Thursday.
No, just tomorrow.
I won't be here tomorrow. Well, I won't be here.
Okay.
either
Oh,
day.
Kyle's here tomorrow. Kyle will be here tomorrow, and Adrian. We couldn't get Adrian to stay away if we wanted to. So he'll be here, and Zachary will be here.
I'll be on time.
I have thought the screen behind Zach
Yeah, right.
is Zach holding up his 3 fingers. Multiple
It does.
times today.
Dude.
It is really like throwing me off, and I'm like, I think he's got a question. Oh wait, that's not it.
Stupid.
I wish I had those rings on my fingers right now.
I wish I had his hairline. All right. Enjoy your night, guys.